What do you call it when someone takes pleasure in the misfortune of another because that person didn't follow his or her advice? And I'm talking mostly about uh, unreasonable advice. If someone, if someone has some health issue that's not genuinely their fault, but uh, someone they know, or I guess not even necessarily someone they know, just someone blames that person for getting sick because they didn't follow some silly diet, because they didn't follow some questionable health advice, something like that. Something where it's not in any kind of reasonable, objective way. It's not the fault of the person who suffered hardship, suffered misfortune. It's more of a delusion on the part of the person who's taking that pleasure in their misfortune. I don't know quite what to call that. I've seen a fair amount of that. I've seen people uh, all too quick to all too quick to seize on bad things happening to other people, and then use it as an excuse to be cruel to them. Use it as an excuse to be cruel and um, claim that, oh well, it's your fault because this bad thing happened to you, because you didn't do this silly thing that not in any kind of objective way would have prevented it. It's like, and this is an absurd example, but maybe it'll illustrate what I'm thinking of. But if someone falls out of a third story window and breaks his back, and then someone says, someone he knows says, "Well, I told you, you needed to buy this magic amulet from this shaman I know, because that magic amulet could have prevented you from falling out of the window." And that's absurd. That's a silly example, but the attitude is kind of silly and absurd too. And yeah, it could be a medical problem, like I said before. Could be, could be anything. It could be anything where something bad happens to someone, and then someone basically just out of a twisted desire to seem smarter and seem clever than the person who suffered the misfortune, someone uses that as an excuse, that bad thing, as an excuse to preen and say, "Oh well, I told you so." I don't know. I'm trying to think of a term to describe that, or maybe a new word for a novel problem.